there, it's Angela here. I am in Richmond Park and today we are walking around Richmond upon Thames. See you there. And this is the town of Richmond. Technically Richmond is a royal borough, of which Richmond town is only one part. So it's the royal borough of Richmond upon Thames. And actually it covers places like Mortlake, Kew, Sheen, all the Sheens, original name for Richmond, Ham, Petersham, quite a list. So here we are at the Railway Tavern. Most people that have gone out in Richmond have gone out in the Railway Tavern at some point in their life, myself included. That's not a recommendation, nor is it not a recommendation. It's been many years since I went out in Richmond. Greg's, home of my vegan sausage roll. You can see shops. Vodafone, Flight Centre. These people are slowly starting to fly again. Well done, Chris and Sandra. Yeah, coming back to the UK. Thank you for your email. Glad to hear you're on your way back here. I know how much you've missed it. Right, we're going down Waterloo Place. Got some cute little cottages here. 2 up, 2 down. Old style. And I should say this part of the walk is actually taken from a lady in London's blog site. She's got a lovely blog site, A Lady in London. Do look it up. Loads of walks. So the very early part of this walk, just these small details around here, that's from her. What a long list of people to say thank you to for how I compiled this walk. Tavern. Very noisy building work around Waitrose. So that was Princess Street here. We're going to head down here. If I can cross safely. Cyclist? No. Then car. Let's go here a moment. So this is the square. You can see that's just over there, the Quadrant. Now, according to A Lady in London, there's a church around here. I see it says the Imperial up on that wall. That was a pub. This is Sheen Road. Haven't been out filming for months. Forget how much people stare when you've got a camera touting around, especially because I talk to myself. Whole Foods Market. Richmond used to be part of Kingston. I mean, long time ago, hundreds of years ago, used to be part of Kingston. Kingston does not have Whole Foods Market, I don't think. Showing the juice. You used to only see those at airports. Now they're full of coffee juice and great vibes. Leon also spreading everywhere. So you can see this is like shopping, retail, business, that type of thing. Now, what's this road here? Nothing.
Yeah, not like off the going
Shall I try Church Court, seeing as a lady in London says there's a church around here somewhere? Let's have a look. Oh, it's very pretty. Hot yoga. Never done that. Barely done any yoga in my life. Some people think it like warms up your muscles. So it's easier to do the yoga or get more stretch or something. I'd love to do yoga. One day I will stick these things in. The alligator's mouth. That's a great name. I assume it's children's books, yeah, children's bookshop. St. Mary Magdalene, she was absolutely spot on. Was a lady in London. You can now hear my bag rattling. I'm going to change hands a sec. Move the bag around a bit. Make it a bit rattle free. So here we are, St. Mary Magdalene Church. And rather cute cottages as well. I have no idea what this road is here. Another road. Oh, Killick and Co. Saw those in the Isha Walk. Members of the London Stock Exchange. So I'm assuming they maybe invest our money or something. Bear with me, I can absolutely guarantee you that Richmond is picture perfect. Even when we're on busy main roads like this. So it's telling us we can go in that direction to Richmond Riverside, and the old town hall is over there. I think I'm going to go back through this way, it looks kind of more cute. As you can see, we're not exactly full of sunshine today. I've waited all of August I tell you, to film, and this is all we've had. Grey skies. I think the weather gods were quite cruel this year. The minute the schools broke up, the grey skies descended and stayed for all of August. Here we are, I think, is it today the 2nd or 3rd of September? I'm getting old. I had a birthday on the weekend. Too old. And I've been waiting and waiting to come out and film with some sunshine. No sunshine. So I've come out when it's grey instead. It's like, okay, give up, weather gods, you win. It's going to be a grey walk. But hey, it's been all of August, 90% of August. You might as well see grey London. It doesn't just get sunny. And I'm aware some of the other walking channels have been putting up rainy walks. Wasn't quite as much choice as we would have liked. Right, so main sort of shopping street here. Quite a lot of stuff staying in business, quite a lot of stuff gone out. And here we are. I think this is Brewers Lane. Okay, Brewers Lane. There we go. We're starting to get into the more picture perfect end of things now. Really pretty, really oldie worldy feel. I must say Richmond is just a great place. Chris and Sandra, if you're visiting London in a few weeks' time and you just want to meander endlessly, can I recommend Richmond? I know you know London, I mean, so much better than I do, but do come along. It's absolutely wonderful for just wandering about. Had a cute doggy come and say hello to me here earlier. I tend to do a walk in reverse, just to make sure I don't completely mess it up. Quality not always guaranteed. So let's do a vista. There you are, vista of Brewers Lane. Now we are at Richmond Green. Here it is. Now you can, again, joining in with what I said just now, you can just wander around Richmond Green, and if you go onto the Richmond website, richmond.gov, they've actually got information about loads of the houses around here and what their history was. We are not doing that walk right now, but you can see it's absolutely surrounded by huge houses that have had, you know, patterned histories in some cases. So much you can use for information. Fine chocolates, you know me, sucker for a fine chocolate. So walking around the edge of Richmond Green now. We're actually getting into the area of Richmond Palace. Haven't really done much history with you yet, have I? Or much chat about Richmond as a whole. St Luke's Mission Chapel. Shearwater House. It's a shearwater near Longleat, which we used to go to for evening drives when I was young. So last time I filmed, it was Easter, just as we were coming into summer. Now summer's finishing. Did not mean to take such a long time away from filming, but life gets complicated. Sometimes there's always a pub called the Cricketers. Actually, this pub is an old one. I've got a history of it somewhere. I can just get my notes out. But I think there's been a pub called the Cricketers here for like hundreds of years. So, got another pub here, the Prince's Head. Right, there you go. Price check: any burger and a pint, £17. Sandwich and soft drink, £8. Notice the use of the words only. Save the children. Nice clothes in there. And this is Paved Court. Just whip that there a moment. There you are. Paved Court. Again, picture perfect. Bring your cameras. If you're a YouTuber, turn it into a thumbnail for the video. What's this? Coffee. See, now I feel bad that I went to Greg's and got a vegan sausage roll. There's all these lovely places here. No doggy. Do some menu checks when I remember. Hairdressers here. What's this? Tea and coffee merchant. Very nice. Jewelers.
Look at your shiny things.
Now we're at the other end.
Come and enjoy it. Oh my god.
So you can see that would take you back into the main town centre area. I see Zizi, Sebastian's Italian. Come and enjoy our heated and covered garden. Hey, we are heading towards Richmond Palace. Just cross over here. And there we have a nice little view up there. Let's go this way. I'm going to try and get my notes out so I can tell you a bit about Richmond Palace. So I don't know if you realise, but I don't just sort of biff out and film a walk. I wasn't actually born with all of this information in my head. So I do a fair bit of research, about a day or two. This is King Street. There's probably a reason it's called King Street. So as I said, up until now it's been a lady in London, also Londonist and Guardian Travel. So they sort of laid down the sort of plan for where to go. And then
The host has really good fashion sense. Very black at the top. Very colourful in the skirt.
I feel like this is
Lovely fragrance.
old woman fashion sense is what I feel this is.
Bottom half definitely.
Thank you.
Your own spin.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, he says I'm a host. Anyway, it's a bit discombobulating. Right, what do we have here? Old Palace Place. So again, part of Richmond Palace area. And I found some really useful information on the Richmond Park websites. Chase Buchanan, the estate agents, they had a little history write-up. But most of all, the Richmond Local History Society. They are really good. Okay, you got some real experts and an amazing website for the Richmond Local History Society. Great authors, I would name Simon Fowler and Ralph Thompson. As I said, the Richmond Government website, very good too. So here we are, Old Palace Place. As you can see, Richmond Green there. Got some new builds over there, I see. We're going to actually get into the palace shortly. Let me scroll my notes a sec. Just found some notes about the Cricketers pub. The Cricket Players, a public house called the Cricket Players, has been on this site, well, where the pub was, it's over there somewhere, since 1770. But the history of the Cricketers probably goes back much earlier. Cricket has been played on the green since the mid-17th century. No cricket match going on today. It's Friday afternoon, beginning of September. So I'm going to have a fair bit of traffic back because Friday afternoon. Well, it's hard to say actually. I mean, people are back at work, some people are, but traffic's actually generally a bit quieter than I'm used to. Right, this is Friars Lane, as I ramble, and that will take you down to the river. I don't know if you can quite see it from here. So that's the River Thames just through there, but we're actually going to take a longer walk around, admiring the green. And there is said Cricketers pub since 1770 at least, over there in the distance again. I'm really excited by the next place that we're going to, which is Maids of Honour Row. Is it here? No, this is Tudor House. I love this. It says Tudor House 44 and a half. So obviously it was built onto Tudor House at some point. Anyway, we're about to get to Maids of Honour Row. One of the finest Georgian terraces, not in Richmond, not in London, but in the country. Oh yes, in the whole of the UK. So this is Maids of Honour Row. Here we go. I wonder if you can take a guess. Why might we have a row of ancient houses built in the 18th century, I think, first occupied between 1724 and 1726. That would be very attractive tarpaulin here. So why might this have been built? Is there a clue? Maids of Honour Row, 1724. Well, the British Journal of Saturday the 4th of April 1724 reported that His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, later George II, hath given directions for erecting a new building near his seat at Richmond to serve as lodgings for the Maids of Honour attending the Princess of Wales. Hence Maids of Honour Row. They were there for the Princess of Wales. Look, sun's coming out. Woohoo! This is very exciting. The sun just doesn't come out anymore. Seem to have a London with no sunshine. It's an apocalypse. I was fascinated by that history. Anyway, so we're going to head towards Old Richmond Palace. Richmond Palace was actually a royal residence, no way, who would have thought, on the River Thames that stood in the 16th and 17th century, upstream and on the opposite bank from the Palace of Westminster, which was 9 miles to the northeast. Here we go. Let's have a quick nose. Never know if I'm quite allowed into these, especially when you're poking a camera at people. So this is Old Palace Yard. Here we go. And they zipped through on their scooters. It was erected in 1501 by Henry VII, formerly known as Earl of Richmond, in honour of which the manor of Sheen had recently been renamed as Richmond, later to become Richmond upon Thames. So basically, Richmond was originally Sheen, but Earl of Richmond was actually from Richmond in Yorkshire, and so kind of renamed it here from Sheen to Richmond. I'd actually quite like to film a walk in the other Richmond, the Yorkshire Richmond. You know, do a little comparison. What do you reckon? Trip up to Yorkshire. Wouldn't mind, it's been many years since I was up there. So not much is left of Richmond Palace now. As I said, Queen Elizabeth I died in the palace in 1603 and remained a residence of the kings and queens of England until the death of Charles I in 1649. Within months of his execution, the palace was surveyed by order of Parliament and was sold for £13,000. Garrick, it's interesting, right next to these sort of areas you have brand new sort of buildings, or newish anyway. I'd say that's maybe 70s. So anyway, palace got demolished, stones and timbers reused as building materials elsewhere, and there are only vestigial traces now surviving. Notably the gatehouse, don't know if we're going to see that, have I found the gatehouse? And the palace is now known as the Lost Palace of Richmond. So here we are at Old Palace Lane, and we're going to walk down to the river now. Some nice little spots here. It's quite nice actually, when I sort of did the walk in reverse, just get at it all. Lots of people out walking. Hope you're enjoying the walk so far. While I've been away for quite a few months, by accident, as I said, life and stuff. Thank you for all those who dropped in on emails or comments. I know I posted the odd picture here and there onto what they call the community tab. And thank you for popping in, those who came to say hello and those who stayed in touch. And special congratulations to Michael Gray, Michelle Gray. So thrilled to hear your news. Well done you, mate. And as I said, Chris and Sandra, so glad to hear you're going to make it to London. Do you want me to film anything for you? Let me know and I'll see if I can get that done before you get here. Old Palace Yard. What's this then? Ta-da! Okay, that looks like the back end of where we were just looking. The White Swan pub. I don't think I've been in the White Swan pub. Just have to go and correct that at some point, won't I? Car coming. Wistful look up the road. Barge through here. And thank you. Oh, can I welcome new people on the channel as well? Some very nice people turned up from some of the premieres for Watched Walkers videos. It's nice to see some names from this channel there anyway. And then met some new people there who've come over to here. So thank you those who've turned up on this channel. Welcome, it's lovely to have you. We are heading towards the river. Let's go to this side. So we're still very much in avoidance of walking next to each other a lot of the time. I don't know how long that will last. Face masks are no longer compulsory, but highly recommended. A lot of people still doing it, some people not so much. Is this the gatehouse, do you think? I don't know. So this is a dead end, ends at the river. And that's the deer park. So we got, I think that's Twickenham Bridge there. A316, which I was on earlier actually. I was dropping husband off in Sunbury to pick up his car from a service. I hadn't quite realised the A316 when I got back on it came all this way. I parked at Richmond Park, which is good because we're going to walk back to Richmond Park if the memory card and the battery last long enough on the trusty Osmo Pocket. Suddenly you see adverts turning up on my videos one day. That's because I want to buy a second Osmo Pocket, so I have to fund it somehow. So I might start putting adverts on, sorry about that. Okay, we have some paddleboarders. I'd like to have a go at paddleboarders. I have the most appalling sense of balance. I mean, zero sense of balance. Once I was at the gym and the trainer put me on one of those wobbly balance balls with weights and I fell straight off backwards. So people, it was really embarrassing. People put me back on, fell off again. Nah, not doing that again. Don't know what that is. Is it the gatehouse? Don't know. Snippets of history here. Mildly accurate snippets of history on this channel. Proper historians, please do jump in, put it in comments or something. More correct stuff than what I say. More detailed. What are they doing over there? Like pulling that boat through. So we're not walking through Kingston. We're not walking through Richmond Centre here, obviously. We're walking along the river. Give you river views. And as you can see, we're at the sort of back now of Richmond Palace, the Lost Palace. Is that the gatehouse? Desperate search for a gatehouse, as I said. Competent historians do chime in. So that's Richmond Bridge ahead of us now. Let me just scroll up a sec. Ah, we're on Cholmondeley Walk, or if we're not, we're about to be. So, got some notes on Cholmondeley. Is that how we say it? Cholmondeley or Cholmondeley? I don't know. So, prior to the middle of the 18th century, the only walk by the river at Richmond was past the site of the old palace. I think that's where we just were. It was called Cholmondeley or Cholmondeley Walk after the Earl of Cholmondeley or Cholmondeley, who lived in a house on the site now occupied by Maids of Honour Row, which will be kind of straight through there, that direction. In 1711, the Earl exchanged plots of land with Richard Hill, who lived in Trumpeter's house, thus giving Cholmondeley a parcel of land by the river and a strip which connected it to his house on the green. it be that? Could that be it? Very pretty. Right, so it's quite quiet here, so excuse rattly bags. More paddle boarders. I think it's got quite popular. I wonder if somebody with no balance could do that. Can't ski either. Fall over all the time. Ice skate, same. Tried it all. Nothing if not a trier. Terrible with tech. That's why my videos are so terribly edited. There we are. Cholmondeley, or is that Cholmondeley Walk? That was just missed it as a train, so we've got the railway bridge and the road bridge for Twickenham there. Twickenham Stadium through there and what have you. We have Richmond Patrol Team. This is Friars Lane, I showed that to you earlier, just before Maids of Honour Row. Let's head back. So these are quite nice, there's little businesses running out of these. I think this woman here, she does pottery or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Craig Mealing. And earlier there was a Greek place open here. I was hoping to pick up something nice and Greeky. Liquid Gold Cave, here it is. But they've closed now. Aeroplanes, because we're not far from Heathrow and we're on a bit of a flight path here. And there is sunshine. Now, here we are at the White Cross pub. Now, the interesting thing with the White Cross pub is that it can flood at high tide. So if you look, they have high tide at 1928, wet on the road. Okay, so basically it floods here at high tide, or it might flood. Now, there's no price on this one. Try our Cornish sole served en papillote with tarragon butter, Jersey Royals and watercress. So it's a very nice pub, the White Cross. Been in there quite a few times, not for a while now. But it's a nice spot. Popular as well. Don't know the history. There you go. So you just catch inside there. I'm going to have to get somebody to come to Richmond just to go for drinks and food. Seems rather nice around here. Husband's always said, why didn't we live in Richmond? Nah, I don't need that. But it's rather nice, I have to say. There's the Retreat private property. This is Water Lane. There we go. Into Richmond again. And then we have here a slipway, water safety tips, and so on. So here we have a slug and lettuce, definitely been in there. Wasn't always a slug and lettuce. You know, slug and lettuce being a chain and all. And what have we here? It's a bit mucky with poo along here. I've learnt to keep a cautious distance from some of these creatures. It's warning them. It's slippery.
Not to go down there. It's too close to it.
Yeah. When I was at a place called Westwood Hoe when I was young in Devon. There was a slipway like this. When the tide came in, it came right to the top, big waves. And a fisherman who was there every night called at a kid, stop, stop. No, the kid went straight in the water. Did get him out, didn't drown or anything. So here we are approaching Richmond Bridge now. We will go back into the town centre. I'm not going to deprive you of Richmond town centre just by taking you along the river only. No, we will go back into the town centre. You can see his little entrance there, Richmond Riverside. I'm just going to take you along a bit further. Because I really like it. I'm a sucker for the water.
Okay, let's just take Lauren and Maddie.
Sucker for snowy mountains as well. Snowy mountains. Nice places by the water. Happy life.
My name is Adrian.
Bike hire, Blazing Saddles. Anyone remember Blazing Saddles? Again, it's an ageing thing. Bike hire and repair still open. Rightly so, reminding us who is still going. Oh, Dickie. London Cornish Pilot Gig Club. What is that? Sorry, I don't know what that means. Boat houses. So you can see maritime. Does it count when it's on the river? So you've got Richmond Lock, half a mile. Ham House. Now I might do a walk another day to Ham House from Richmond Park. Teddington Lock, 3 miles. Don't think I'll walk that far with you. So I'm going to walk you through here, and then we're going to sort of double back a bit on ourselves. Tunnel under Richmond Bridge. So you've got lots of public gardens through here.
Okay, then I'm gonna have to find a place to take her to the bathroom.
So I'm going to sort of, as I said, so come through here and then walk back again, take you up to Richmond Bridge, and then we're going to go walk up Richmond Hill. So over that direction you'll find places like St Margaret's, Strawberry Hill, as I said, Twickenham, that's Richmond Bridge there. I'll give you some Richmond information shortly. I think this is the Thames path. Not 100% on that. One of the Hampton Court boats by the looks of it. So you can do river trips along here. It says on that one, thamesriverboats.co.uk, 45-minute circular cruise. That's about right. Hampton Court queue. Queues along the river from here, behind me. Hampton Court's ahead of me. I actually quite like a river trip. My water thing. Okay, so if you look here, you've got a sign. This is Richmond Landing Stage, and it says Richmond Park, Petersham Meadows, Ham House and Gardens, Thames Path, and it's pretty nice along there. And as I said, maybe further into autumn might do you a walk from Richmond Park down to Ham House and Petersham Meadows. Got these lovely houses up here overlooking the river. And actually you could head through to Richmond Hill through there. We're actually going to turn around and go back to Richmond Bridge now. Enjoy your views. I suppose I should give you a bit of information about Richmond. Let me have a look. Hold on, I'm going to scroll. Bear with me while I scroll. Here we go. So Richmond, southwest London, 8.2 miles southwest of Charing Cross, so distances in and out of London. Seem to be measured in and out of Charing Cross. Maybe a clever historian can tell me why. Never looked it up. As I said, until about 5 centuries ago, this was part of Sheen. The Domesday Book of 1086 has it listed on the map as Skeon, S-C-E-O-N, and actually there's versions of Skeon, like for example Syon Park, in this area still, and it's known to have been its Saxon spelling as far back as 950 AD. So there's a bit of history for you. Now I'm going to try and go through here. I haven't tested out this way of doing it. Let's do this. So as I said, Henry VII built Richmond Palace in the 16th century. Technically Sheen Palace, I suppose. Renamed after his earldom of Richmond, North Yorkshire. As I said, wouldn't mind doing a comparison walk there. Previously under Kingston upon Thames, then became a municipal borough late 19th century, then became under Greater London rather than Surrey in the 1965 local government reorganisation. And as I said, we're in Richmond town here, which is only one part of the royal borough of Richmond upon Thames, which includes Strawberry Hill, Twickenham, Teddington, and so on. Who have we got here? General Bernardo O'Higgins, Chilean statesman, liberator of his country, lived and studied in Richmond upon Thames 1795 to 1798. There you are. Little information board all about him. So here we are at Richmond Bridge, and I will end part 1 of this walk here. See you for part 2 next time. Bye!